Okay, so here we are at rolls.org, ready to roll. We have one possible result we can get, so let's roll.
Damon?
Why aren't we at rolls.org, Billy?
Well, you see, Damon, on a one-sided die, you are 100% chance going to get 1 every single time.
Okay, let's roll. We got a 1! Who's it gonna be?
Makoto, congratulations, we won.
Yes, we get to see Makoto's FTEs. Okay, yeah, we're doing Celeste.
Last, and certainly least as far as I'm concerned, CELESTIA LUDENBERG, if that is your real name.
What was her name? I know Yasuhiro, but
I don't remember what the other part of it was either.
I don't think we ever found out.
No, I'm pretty sure it was...
Like Yasuhiro Tanaka, or...
She's a member of the Tanaka Empire! She's Gundam's sister, confirmed! Also, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
Oh yeah, I'm the Opinionator.
And I'm We Squared. We've only done one of her FTEs so far, and in it she expressed a desire to test her gambling skills against Makoto's ultimate luck. Luck is programmed into you from birth.
Or so she says. I have to say, I do really like this type of aesthetic, though I still wonder why she dresses as a maid. She ain't serving anybody. I mean, she could just go like straight up goth lolly, except instead she seems to be maid. Like goth lolly maid.
Goth lolly maid.
It's like dial back the maid and just be the goth lolly. Anyway, whatever.
She wants people to serve her, not the other way around.
Anyway, it's a very interesting aesthetic that I've always liked. I mean, for instance, I always liked the really big curls as well, but
we know those are vicious, vicious lies.
I don't really like Celeste that much, though. Primarily because right from the beginning of the game, you're like, oh, you're actually a horrible person. And then she turns out to be a horrible person, so...
She continues to be a horrible person and ends as a horrible person.
There you have it. Although I generally like the aesthetic, never been a fan of the black nails. I don't think that does anybody any favors. I really hate those, like, finger-covering
Yeah,
blade
I don't
things.
even understand what that's about.
Those are... Have you ever seen them before?
One time.
Yeah, I just don't like them.
Just kind of ridiculous.
Kind of pretentious. Now, having said that...
That's fitting.
That's true, I guess. Having said that, were I to be wandering around in, like, Akihabara and saw somebody dressed like this, I would be like, you're really awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you can only get away with that in Akihabara. And I guess at, like, a convention or something.
You can unfortunately get away with a lot at a convention. I spent some time with Celeste, and she talked down to me the entire time.
Well, some people like that, such as Hifumi. Actually, one of the reasons that we're more positive on Danganronpa 2 as opposed to 1 is the characters get more time individually in 2, and their talent seems a little more relevant, because it's not much of a concept in the game if it's not relevant in the game.
Right.
Like, why did you bother with it, I guess? Anyway, Celeste was somebody that I would really have liked to see her use her talent. Gaming, essentially.
Right.
And it's gambling, but that it's like ruthless use of probability, strategy, etc. And you could say that she tried to do that.
She was so obvious, though. For someone with the title Queen of Lies, I mean, she was basically broadcasting that she was the guilty party the entire time. It's like everything you are doing and saying is suspicious.
I completely agree. That is kind of what I mean. Like, I wish that she would have actually appeared to be more skilled and that we could have gotten to see more of
that.
Yeah, instead we just got, like, T freak out. Well, I guess it got her accomplice.
So, she likes the rose whip, and we got 5 of them. So here, don't tell us what you're gonna do with it.
Say, Makoto, do you like mahjong?
I don't want to play any kind of game with you.
I'm not actually familiar with it. I don't mean like the stack all the tiles on. She's talking about...
Oh, I know what she's talking about.
Yeah, she's talking about the actual game.
Yeah, not the computer game.
And this one is more, it's more like poker.
You have to build certain sets of tiles, and that gives you a certain number of points.
Right, and it's more competitive. Like I said, it's like poker. Not in that it's a similar game, but it takes the same skill set.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering also takes the same skill set, which I thought was pretty fascinating. I've never actually played mahjong.
I mean, I'm just a boring student.
I haven't played mahjong either.
Neither have I.
Is that so? A pity. I was hoping we might play together because, like Billy reminded us, I want to compete against you so I can show you that you suck and I'm really good.
Have you considered playing shogi? Here, there's this girl from another game you might find very interesting to battle against.
Oh, that would be excellent! I would love to see that! Are you good at it? Good. Oh no, I am not merely good. I once played a game of Russian roulette mahjong and won.
How does that work?
I'm pretty sure you don't fire tiles. Russian roulette mahjong! It was a truly fierce contest put on by a half-insane billionaire in the basement of his mansion. My opponents were a fierce old man and a silver-haired boy who was said to have the devil's own luck.
Oh yeah?
Why am I here? We played with a modified rule set. I remember well the glass tiles we used. Somehow I think you're suspicious, and you won?
Makoto, if you know anything about Russian roulette, it's pretty clear she won.
I defeated them both at once. My opponents bowed out at the same time. I will never forget the angry, twisted looks on their faces.
As they fell to the ground, shot in the head.
Yes. The crowd that had been invited to watch became positively riotous. Nobody could believe I had won. That is one of my fonder memories. Screw you, everyone that is not me.
Yeah, I think that sums her up pretty well.
Uh-huh. I'm really glad I didn't agree to play mahjong with her.
Anytime someone scored points, the swinging pendulum blade above the other players slowly lowered.
Unable to comprehend Celeste's fearsome past, I ran away screaming. You just hear about all this stuff, and she was so obvious when it came to be, like when she committed the crime.
Yeah!
I truly frightened myself.
You frightened me too.
Oh, why is that? We care to elaborate? I'd love to hear it.
Not really, no.
To captivate even insignificant little creatures like yourself, Makoto, and that wee guy. Ugh.
The feeling's mutual.
Celestia Ludenberg.
No, I'm Makoto Nagi. You're Celestia Ludenberg.
Oh, drat! I always get them mixed up. Of course I know that, you moron. Celestia Ludenberg. What are you doing? No matter how many times I hear it, I never tire of hearing my own name. Isn't it so splendidly charming?
This is kind of the first hint that maybe her name isn't her actual name. I mean, aside from all the other hints.
Well, like, such as the very first time you meet her, when it's pretty clear it's not her name. Oh yeah, I've been wondering about that. Why that name? Why? I mean, is it from something? Why'd you pick it? I did not pick it. My name was given to me by my mother and father.
Uh-huh.
You are lying to me. That cannot be your real name. It is indeed my real name. Make no mistake about that. I am whoever I tell you I am. That's why they call me the Queen of Lies.
You should always trust everything I say.
Because I am so honest. Okay, so your parents gave you the name Celestia Ludenberg. That's right. My father is French nobility, and my mother is part of a German family of musicians. Incidentally, we have nothing to do whatsoever with animal breeding or being kings of ice. You are lying through your teeth while looking me in the eye. Okay, so were you born in France or Germany? Tochigi.
What?
Now we're getting somewhere.
I don't know where that is.
I was born in the capital of Tochigi, which is known for its delicious gyoza. Do you know of which city I speak? No.
What's Tochigi? I've never heard of a country called Tochigi.
Billy, she's Japanese. It's not the name of a country. She's talking about a prefecture.
Oh.
I admit, I don't know Japanese prefectures, so we better figure this one out. Aha! It's Utsunomiya! Right? Thanks, Wikipedia! That is correct. You have proven you are roughly as intelligent as an elementary school student. Good job.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with Japanese prefectures, you big jerk face.
You thought it was a country!
Well, you look at Sonia and tell me that's not an unreasonable assumption.
She's always talking about the country that she's from versus a clearly Japanese name. And then, when the question comes up, 3 Japanese town names pop up. Context. Or a high schooler, maybe. Come, ask me more geography questions. You may be surprised to learn that I absolutely adore gyoza. Alright, as I was going to Wikipedia to find out what the capital of Tochigi Prefecture was, I was saying I don't really like gyoza that much. Of course Celeste loves gyoza. I love its stench, its base vulgarity. So, as you can imagine, I'm quite disappointed that I will never taste my hometown's gyoza again.
Oh, I am so sad for you.
Its stench, its base vulgarity. That's...
well, that explains why your attraction to Hifumi. He's basically a meat dumpling. His stench, his vulgarity.
I was gonna say, that was like her best line. Never say never, you know. Once we get out of here... We will never get out of here. At least in my case, that's true. How long will you continue with this ridiculousness? You should give up. If you don't, it can only lead to murder.
Isn't giving up going to lead to murder? I mean...
In any case, since she's saying that she didn't give up, Celeste's eerie words stuck with me long after she'd left. The more I talk to her, the more I just don't understand her, the more alien she is.
But ultimately, I'll finally feel like we've become friends in the truest sense of the word.
At the very least, you can be assured that I probably won't murder you.
You gotta take what you can get. Also, I wonder why Celeste was here in the pool. Hey, let me out of here!
So that's what you were doing here.
My stench! My base vulgarity!
Hifumi! I don't want to talk about your stench or your vulgarity! Hello, Makoto. I must say, I am quite troubled.
What, is Hifumi not around for you to bully, so you need a surrogate?
Well, that would be good too, but that's not exactly what I'm talking about. How come? I'd like you to teach me something.
Basic human empathy?
Oh, I'm afraid it's far too late for me to learn anything like that. I want you to teach me how to play shogi. Billy?
30%!
Okay, well, what you do is you take the tile and you hold it kind of high up, and then you get this fiery look in your eyes with this background full of, like, action lines or something, and then you start yelling as dramatically as possible. Also, there are rules, but you don't need to worry about that part. Oh, sorry, I don't know how to play either, but, I mean, there's this one other person that Billy was talking about before, and maybe
Who also is named Hifumi. It was fate.
I don't want to hear anything about your fate. It's all pre-programmed gibberish anyway. You really are useless, aren't you? Okay, but I'm surprised you don't know how to play shogi. Is it because there's, like, no shogi gambling circuit?
That would make sense.
Oh, there most certainly is. It's just, I'm only, 16? Or I suppose if I knew how old I really was, like 18 or 19 or who knows, something like that. I can't actually know everything yet. You have to give me another few years. What, really? But it's all underground.
Of course it frickin' is.
It is rather shady, all things considered. I have tried my own hand at it, naturally. What? Even though you don't know how to play, you were in the underground shogi gambling circuit? Well, that's why I wish to learn now. I placed my pieces without even thinking. What on earth was I doing? And you still tried to win an underground shogi tournament? Well, it doesn't really matter if you know the rules. Like Damon was saying earlier, what's important is everything else. The rules are periphery. Learning how to win a game is much more difficult and much more salient than learning how to utilize the rules. You have to know the rules, of course, and you have to be good at them. Or rather, you assume that everyone else that you're playing against has an equal mastery of the rules as you, and so that part isn't as important, because everyone has to have that.
Yeah.
So what matters, the difference between you, in addition to a little bit of luck, is your other skills, the other gaming skills.
The winning.
The ability to win, if you will. In Celeste's case, what I'm assuming she was saying is, she just didn't bother with that part and only used the latter skills,
Gotcha.
Her ability to win. Tried? Oh no, I did win. Like Damon said, what's important is knowing how to win. How did you win if you don't know how to play? Oh, I didn't really understand, but apparently my final opponent was infamously powerful.
Was she a fellow high school student? Did she have long black straight hair? Maybe a little tie on one side? Just saying.
She was rather odd. She was a voluptuous woman who dressed as an exotic French maid.
The anti-Celeste!
Okay, so how'd you win? Beginner's luck, perhaps? Why would I tell you all of my secrets? I don't think beginner's luck works in shogi. Oh, really? Is that so? Okay, this time around, although Makoto says the more I learn about Celeste, the less I understand her, I actually feel like this time we got to learn something about Celeste.
Yeah!
Oh, wow, that wasn't the end, huh?
Good!
I was getting irritated by her non-present FTEs.
Okay, this is probably the final one with her.
We're almost done.
I'm more wistful about finishing all the FTEs than I am about finishing hers.
You know, thinking about it, she really did have the best execution. It was definitely the most... the most something.
The most something.
Whatever that unnameable, ununderstandable, ineffable quality is, her execution had more of it than anybody else's. Look how quickly we have become close friends, my servant Makoto. My servant Billy.
What? Do you want me to join your vampire harem?
No, but I do want you to wait on me hand and foot. Oh, we've become friends, have we? So, let me share with you something. I will tell you about the biggest crisis I ever faced in my gambling life.
Oh, yeah?
Biggest? You had a gambling crisis? What happened?
Shouldn't you be asking her that out loud instead of thinking it?
Shut up, Billy! A shadowy organization was hosting a mysterious tournament. The game in which I participated was called King of Liars.
Oh.
King of Liars, huh? It was quite a severe game. When you enter, they strip you of all your assets. Money, property, everything.
Huh.
You must use your wisdom, cunning, and luck to battle through challenge after challenge. For the final match, I had to face off with an odd duo. They called themselves the Honest Woman and the Liar Genius.
I see. One of these people always tells the truth, and one of these people always lies.
Wow, they sound pretty scary and also strangely traditional in terms of a several thousand-year-old logic puzzle. Oh, that part doesn't really matter. During a break, I was careless and spilled some tea on my clothes. Oh, thank goodness. I was wondering if being stripped from all the assets would mean that I didn't get to wear any clothes.
Of course, that was the dang problem.
I was terrified that the stain would never come out. How terrible! That was a very difficult time in my life. My clothes are very important to me. As you can see, my style is the most important thing. As for winning, that doesn't really matter. I was forced to win more quickly than I wanted so that I could rush to the cleaners. I wanted to have some more fun. I was able to get the stain out, but it was perilously close. If I had waited even another hour, I would have been forced to throw out my favorite dress. Do you understand the pain that is within my heart? The terrible hardships that I am faced with?
No.
This is what I'm saying. She seems so amazingly skilled, and that was my impression of her during the regular game, but she was such a chump. We talked to her and it was like, you're totally lying about all of this. And you've already been acting suspicious, and the way that you've been talking now means you're extremely suspicious, and there you have it.
And then we figured out it was her, and we're like, oh, what a surprise!
By the end of the investigation, we knew it was Celeste, I think.
We knew she was involved in any case.
That was her crisis. The biggest crisis she ever faced was almost having to throw away her dress.
The most terrible, most awful, most tragic tragedy ever to happen to Celeste. Her Bob.
Bob Ludenberg. Sonia had said that she was fascinated by trying to understand people with completely alien value systems.
You mean Celeste?
Yes. I just don't even know what to say.
Okay, now we're probably going to run into her final one, right?
Mr. Makoto Naegi? What's with the formality all of a sudden? Are you gonna offer me a job?
Become my secretary.
Also, if she's so skilled at gambling, why didn't she already have $10 million?
How is that amount worth anything?
I have no problem believing that she's this obscenely skilled, who is able to, like, destroy extremely powerful opponents in playing a game she doesn't even know.
Well...
And like, winning tournaments, like, where she's talking about these awful people. I have no problem believing that she's capable of doing that, but if she's capable of doing that, what's she doing with all the money?
For one, castles are probably really expensive.
No, she said $10 million was enough to give her everything she wanted, and I remember mocking that amount for saying that's all it was.
How much of what she's told us is the truth? If she is the Queen of Liars, maybe she's been lying to us this entire time.
You know, for some reason that hadn't occurred to me. But she's the ultimate gambler, not the ultimate liar.
No, but she still has the name Queen of Liars, possibly from winning that contest.
But how would she then be the ultimate gambler? She can't be the ultimate imposter. Somebody else already took that.
Well, I mean, Yasuhiro is only 30% accurate.
Only 30% accurate? He has a 30% chance of predicting the future out of nothing.
I'm just saying. And you know, the original thing is high school level.
It hadn't actually
And
occurred to
isn't
me
bluffing a huge skill in gambling?
Oh, yes, that's like... knowing how to do it correctly is what, like 60% of that this is how you win stuff?
So maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe she actually isn't anything as experienced or as formidable as she says, but she just acts like she is and nonetheless is quite good at gambling. Perhaps it's even that her ability to adopt this persona and act in accordance with it is so strong that I had no problem believing she was that skilled.
Oh.
How much of everything about her is a lie?
Well, we know her name for one, at least.
Well, you see, quit talking about how much I'm lying exactly. I was hoping we could talk. Just the two of us. Could you come to my room, please? Don't keep me waiting. Your room! Although I guess I've been to everybody else's at this point, so why am I freaking out?
Well, except for the ones who bugged out.
I will be waiting.
Nothing good can come of this.
This time around, she seemed almost shy. Nothing good can come of this. I must have just imagined it. But how could she be the ultimate gambler if her real ability was more along the lines of what she displayed?
Well, I mean, she may be the ultimate gambler, maybe not necessarily because she's good at winning, maybe just because she gambles a lot.
Dilly?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There are many people at the dollar table at the casino a few miles away from our house that would love to meet you, the brand new ultimate gambler. They want you to show them how you are the ultimate gambler.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
No, I'm afraid it's not a possibility. They want to take your money. Not very much, because it's only the dollar table, but they want to take your money mainly by beating you at gambling. Because you're the ultimate gambler. You're not the ultimate gambler. She's not that kind of so-called ultimate gambler. For some reason, I did exactly what she ordered me, and I headed to her room right away. Okay, what do we get? We have a crown. Her hair's in the way. We can't see anything.
Take off your hair for a moment. Roses everywhere. That's a coffin behind her waist bin. She had some goth dresses up on the left-hand side.
Of course, her bed sheets are all black with white frills and lace. I'm glad you came, Makoto. So this really weird, kind of oppressive place is Celeste's room. Anyway, what's going on? Why'd you ask me to come here? You're not gonna invite me into your vampire harem, are you? I received the results. Results? The child growing in my belly. It really is yours. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong result. You can't just say stuff like that.
Oh no, it happened during the time that our memories were taken away.
Why, Mr. Naegi, don't you remember those special times? Congratulations, you have moved up a rank. You are now C rank. C rank? Oh, I have a habit of ranking those around me. What kind of habit is that?
A habit for a very pompous person, full of themselves.
The most common is D rank. I have no interest in D rank. Most everyone at this school fits into that category. The worst is F rank, if you're F rank.
I'm sorry for anyone named Frank.
I pay a special organization to have you killed. Your very existence is unforgivable.
Oh, God!
I hope she's joking. She doesn't sound like she's joking, but I hope she's joking.
Stuff like this just kind of gives more credence to my she's been lying theory.
It's like Gundam. Gundam's the ultimate breeder, not the ultimate Chuny.
Yep.
Celeste isn't the ultimate liar.
I know,
She's the
I know.
ultimate gambler. Conversely, the very best is A rank. Incidentally, the only one of those that I can possibly think of is myself. But among everyone I have met across all countries, I have never even found a B rank, let alone A rank.
Well, I should think I should be a B rank for Byakuya. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry. You're at least a C. Actually, C is pretty good then by this estimation. So you being promoted to C rank is a very great honor. Why, I'm not even lying to say that you are indeed one of the best people I've ever met. Oh, joy. Also, when you become C rank, you gain the right to become my official servant, a knight.
She is going to invite you into her vampire servant harem.
Wow. What an honor. I get to be a knight serving you? I have knights all across the world, and they are all quite obedient. I recommend you take me up on this offer. You'll never get it again. If you do your very best as a knight, becoming the first B rank may well be within your grasp. Perhaps even A rank. I can't be sure, but I feel like you may have the potential.
So what do B ranks and A ranks get? Or have you never even considered the possibility and haven't come up with rewards for them yet?
Why, we become the first B rank and let's find out together.
No.
I can never tell how much of what she says is a lie and how much is the truth. But after talking with her so much, I feel like somehow we understand each other a little better. So, as a knight, please be prepared to give your life for me. Let me talk to you about a plan that I have coming up.
I was wondering if maybe she gave this spiel to Hifumi in addition to what she already said.
You know, I haven't actually accepted that position yet. Fine. Get out of my room. Peasant. Definitely can't let my guard down around her. I guess I can call her my friend, but this is one friend I need to be careful with. And I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Okay, now that her hair is out of the way.
There's the dresses and the coffin.
And look on the bed, there's like a goth bunny near her pillow. And whatever the heck that cat thing is at the foot of her bed, it's got a candelabra.
Well, I guess she's a Japanese high school girl, so that means she likes cute things.
Yeah.
Hence the bunny and that cat bed ornament.
And the coffin.
I like how it's got the French disconnection. I like how it's got a cow skull on it, the coffin. I suppose she is hard to understand, but then again, like what I said about Sonia, she has such a completely alien personality, value system, worldview, and beliefs than I do. Frankly, it's a miracle that I just don't even hate her.
Right, and she certainly doesn't make it easy with how she acts.
I mean, don't forget how she went berserk in the tea incident.
God almighty, if Hifumi had spilled tea on her dress, she may have murdered him right there.
Well, there's two things that's left. Number one, construct heavy arms. And number two, I guess next we move on to the Danganronpa 2 FTEs.
Island mode is what it's called.
All right, come on, heavy arms. Is he going to have one Gatling gun, or is it going to be Heavy Arms Kai and have 2 Gatling guns? Or is it going to be Heavy Arms Custom and have 4 Gatling guns? Bing!
Let's see how it turns out. I'm really curious. That wasn't what I was expecting, but he's got at least 1 Gatling gun.
That's not Heavy Arms at all. That's just a Monokuma with a Gatling gun in his belly.
Whoa, a fully functional chest cannon? Now this is what I'm talking about!
I bet he can't even flip a knife out of his arm and then start doing circus dance moves. Come on!
Yeah, hell yeah! It's every man's dream to have a total badass war machine at his disposal.
Instead, you got this.
In the next game, I'll have mono beasts. You guys totally get me. All right, let's open fire!
I bet it makes this sound effect.
Damon, no.
Okay. The instant Monokuma pulled the trigger, there was a flash of light, and the cannon let loose! Oh, it's the wrong sound effect. At the same time, the backup's body got blown back by the force of it.
Damn it, you guys! You just built this thing for this stupid comedy routine, didn't you?
Darn it, guys! It took a lot to get all those Bunsen burners and syringes and different armor platings.
You're just disappointed it wasn't actually Monokuma Heavy Arms Gundam Kai Mark II, The Reckoning.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe I am.